Hello, and welcome to Bridging the Gap, connecting in a disconnected world. Today, we're going to talk about self compassion and connection, how we can attune to our true inner being through self compassion for ourselves. Very often, we find that we can have compassion or empathy for someone else, but it's a little bit harder, or sometimes we don't have the time. And sometimes our mind is in disarray, or we feel like we're losing our mind, or sometimes I like to say losing our breath, because we always have the ability to come back to our breath, to attune our mind, to get us out of those, our own fight, flight, and freeze responses. So the way we treat ourselves is definitely connected to how we treat others, right? That true belonging that begins within. It's how we nurture our self-compassion and how we deepen more authentic relationships. So how that works is kind of how mirror neurons work. When we see someone else or watching a movie and someone's sad, we sometimes also take that on and get sad. Or if someone's angry, we think because of us. We sometimes find anger in response to protect ourselves. So how can we combat that by having those reflection emotions within ourselves mirror how our true nature is? So that also mirrors those around us when exterior forces are in dysregulation. Through self-compassion, it activates those same neural circuits as social connection. So if we can do that within ourselves, we're able to relate that and reflect that to those around us. Because when loneliness and stress take over, those produce cortisol levels, which are that fight flight response. And we want to really go more toward calming that down, to creating oxytocin, to transforming that into those good vibes, the good energy that helps us keep our happiness and our compassion for others in the situation. So let's practice this kindness for ourselves, which will help us to rewire those connections that we can just join back to anytime through a single breath. Well, hopefully more than just a single breath. Give ourselves at least 30 to 60 seconds. Minutes would be great as well. But we're just asking ourselves for 5 minutes each day. Can we at least find that somewhere, somehow, of safe space? So with all the stuff that we are on social media, doing other things, taking our minds away, let's give ourselves 5 minutes to connect. Find a safe and comfortable place and just see where your breath is. Feel free to keep your eyes open, closed, partially open, whatever makes you feel most safe. And as we do this, we will just find where we are. If you need a bigger breath, take in that inhalation with understanding. Understanding we're all human. We all have experiences that change us and have us have reactions, and that's okay as we exhale judgment and allow that to go. As we understand others, we also need to have that understanding for ourselves. So again, inhale understanding as we exhale judgment. With each breath, let's soften that inner harsh voice and give ourselves the compassion we deserve and need to be able to function. Sometimes it's hard to find it around us. So let's create it within. with empathy, with understanding, and with compassion. We breathe in care and breathe out all that criticism, if any. And as you find where your breath is, feel free to deepen that care and that understanding, and feel that it's safety and connection for yourself. Feel free to make the exhalation a little bit longer as you ground yourself. You release all that tension in your head, your neck, your eyes, all the way down through our mouth, our tongue, all the way through our shoulders and our chest, grounding us into our pelvis, hips, knees, legs, and feet. And as we have an intention to have care for ourselves, let's also think, what would we do or say for a dear friend? Let's figure out how to offer that for ourselves. That same grounding and care that we provide for others. We're building that foundation within. If a thought arises, allow it to. This is part of the practice. We want to take in all of our senses, to be aware and attuned to where we are, and what we are and what we deserve. And if there are any non-virtuous or negative thoughts, allow them just to pass through like a cloud, knowing that we're grounded in love and compassion for ourselves. When we accept ourselves, we create that space for others. Because not only do we see it and feel it, but so do those around us. And that's how this grows. Feel free to pause here and continue and join back. Feel free to take as long as you want and come back. Or butterfly your eyes open and join us for just a couple more thoughts on compassion, because it's a practice. Just as we go to or hope to go to the gym and build on that, you can't just go once and it's done, right? This is something that we need to build on every day, and it's just as important and integrated with our sleep, our water, our food intake. Each of those moments connect with your compassion. It'll help with your digestion. When something comes up, maybe wait until a meal's over to think about it, deal with it, talk about it. It's okay to put things on pause as long as you return to them, and that means for yourself too. It always feels good. I forget to sometimes suggest when you breathe, put a hand on your heart and your belly to connect yourself. Feel free to try that next time too. It also creates more oxytocin and serotonin to help us reconnect with ourselves. So this compassion, it's a practice, right? It comes inward, and then it reverberates outward. And the more we nurture our well-being, the more we uplift those around us. So you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve love and affection. Lovely quote from Buddha. So thank you for allowing me to share this practice with you and taking the time. Feel free to like, share, go to, there'll be resources for the CARE website as well, which has more resources and blogs we just started, as well as Bridging the Gap. And I thank you. Thank you so much for you. Have a beautiful day.